comic book fans, and welcome to another suddenlycomics.com video. Tonight it's a Monday night, so it's the price variance, and Allan has been scouring around the heritage sales from the last week, and as requested, he's tried to pick out comics that are sort of Halloween-y related. So he sort of struggled a bit because there's not a lot of Silver Age horror. Comic Code Authority came along at the start of the Silver Age, killed off all the horror stuff, and then it sort of came back again in the Bronze Age. So the Silver Age sort of is missing a lot of horror. So anyway, Alan's had a batch. What we're going to have a look at first, Alan, here we go. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go there, and then we're going to go, that was the last one on Alan's channel. Where am I going? I'm going here, and the first one we have is Tales of Suspense number 7.
Yeah, bit of a monster book
again, right at the edge of the oh no, this was 1960, so it does definitely,
it's right at the
it's definitely Silver Age. It's a monster book. There were a few.
Also it's a prototype book. If you read the notes below, you'll see what I'm talking about.
I thought the Molten Man thing.
It's
the prototype man thing.
No, I don't think so. I think is a prototype man thing, or actually read the notes.
Right, Stanley story, Ditko, Kirby, Reinman, and Heck art, Jack Kirby and Christopher Rule cover, Lava Man prototype story. It's a
Lava Man, that's what it was. Yeah.
Okay. That well-known character, Lava Man.
I know. Lava Man appeared, what was it, in Fantastic Four?
Yes.
Or was it Avengers? Yeah, it was either that or Avengers, one of the two.
I think he does appear in Fantastic Four. Right. Well, I quite like the cover. How can you not like the Ditko stuff? Oh, no, the Kirby. It's Kirby, isn't it? That's definitely Kirby.
Yeah, it's Kirby.
Kirby by these little figures. Is that Abraham Lincoln down there?
Kind of looks like Abraham Lincoln, doesn't it? But I don't think it is.
So yeah, I like it. I like this type of stuff. It's pretty reasonable.
5-0.
Yeah, 50228. Let's have a look. Up or down? Down a little. Not much.
Down a little.
But reasonable trend.
So what was the last sale before this one?
243 in July. Oh no,
it was down like 5 to 10%.
No, 2020. So that was 2020. Oh, it was 243. Yeah, so there we go.
Yeah, so down like a couple bucks. It's not a massive.
No, it's sort of hanging in there, isn't it? So,
but actually, if it sold in 2020, you'd expect to, like if it had any boost from the COVID bump, it's actually hung in quite well.
Yeah, I mean, these books are never going to set the world alight. My view is they'll gradually go up over time because they get rarer.
I'd say they're a good investment, not a great investment.
Yeah,
how about that?
Exactly. This is a sort of boring investment. It'll happen. But it's Jack Kirby. It's got Ditko in there,
and it's a cool monster cover. The other thing that's interesting about these ones is there's nothing that can hype them.
No,
there's no movie spec. It's not like Lava Men are going to be like the next big character.
You don't think Lava Man is going to make it big? No.
Yeah. So this is like it's just like a book that'll gradually go up over time.
Okay.
How many on the census?
Just
quickly, I always like knowing the census numbers.
92. I mean, that's
92.
That's quite a lot.
That's quite low.
Well, it's quite a lot compared to the ones we've already looked at.
On my channel, it was all really obscure ones. But this is like, this is a major title for Marvel.
Yeah.
And that's actually a pretty low number.
Yeah.
You compare that to some of the later issues of Tales of Suspense, when you get some major characters appearing like Iron Man, those have much bigger census counts.
They do. Much bigger amounts of money attached to them as well. Right.
Yeah.
And next up, oh no, I like this one, Alan. I
Oh,
collected it.
I love this one too. So I when I saw this, this has to be on the list. It's just a great book.
Right. So this is the second series of Phantom Stranger, if I'm correct. Second stand.
Um,
You've got,
second series. The first series is Golden Age.
yes. And I know you've got quite a few of the Golden Age ones, haven't
I
you?
have the complete series. I actually have this and the second series.
Yeah, very, very impressive. This is a great series. If you're interested in collecting a great series of comics with great covers, that's not going to break the bank, I suggest.
Yeah, Phantom Stranger is awesome.
I think this series of Phantom Stranger is a really good kicking off point if you're starting out in comics and want to collect something that looks great, that's not expensive, but could get expensive, because there are some great.
And,
This one's no exception. I love this cover. Do you know, when I first saw this, I thought this was Mike Mignola, but it's not. Um,
mhm.
it's got a sort of Mike Mignola feel to it, hasn't it? Or this
Yeah, a little bit.
yeah,
Just the way the guys, the Phantom Stranger is drawn.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's not. It is Bill Draught cover and art. Mike
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with the artist.
Mike Friedrich's story.
Hmm. But they really changed Phantom Stranger in the Silver Age. He becomes a much more epic kind of level character.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. Um, Fantastic. So I like this one, Alan. How much did this sell
And
for?
it's a really high grade too, like 9.0.
I've got a absolutely
I
uh
think mine's like a 6.
yeah,
So
I think mine's a two.
yeah,
So this is $300 for a nine.
it seems like a steal to me, but we'll
Well,
see.
yes, but you and I like the Phantom Stranger. It's that's why I was saying this series is a collectible because it's reasonably priced. Uh,
Hmm.
let's have a look at this. Yeah, that's about right. $300.
Well, this one has like a very like rocky, very rocky.
Yeah, why? I mean, Phantom Stranger's never had any spec about him, has he? He's not.
No, no. I mean, you never know. Maybe people were kind of specking on him because of Justice League or Justice League Dark kind of elements.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, he is an interesting character. He's got
Hmm.
really interesting origin.
Hmm.
Go and check it out. He he's sort of yeah. And he's very similar to a character called the Mysterious Traveler. I think Ditko did one called the Mysterious Traveler.
Oh, okay.
Very similar. And what's the Marvel character called that's quite similar? Can't
I'm
remember.
not sure.
Yeah, there is a Marvel character who's quite similar as well.
Yeah, I mean, usually there's a parallel between
Yeah,
the two.
yeah.
So,
But
how
anyway,
many on the census for this book?
there are
This one should have a higher census count. Yeah.
263
Yeah.
for a
I mean,
number.
this is a key book. Phantom Stranger #1. Like, you know, it is kind of a major book. I'm actually surprised that it's this affordable.
It is affordable. This whole series is affordable. You've got some great covers in this series, some Neil Adam covers.
Neil Adams covers were awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really decent prices. So check this out. And let's see how that is. Yeah, we looked at the price of that, didn't we? There it is. Yes,
Yeah.
it's about flat. It's
Yeah. It's kind of going up and down.
yeah,
Not
yeah.
really, more of a sideways book.
But one I think is definitely worth a look at.
Hmm.
Right, I've never seen this before, Alan. I don't know anything.
I've seen this one before, but I'm not super familiar with it, tell you the truth.
A magazine.
Yep. Magazine. But it is a very cool magazine.
Okay.
Web of Horror has
American
a really great cover.
Okay, so this definitely counts as horror. It's called
Yeah.
Horror. All new weird tales, terror at the edge of time, the skin eaters.
Yeah. It almost has like a Conan the Barbarian look to it. I don't know why, but I feel like the characters in the background there kind of remind me of Conan. But
Yeah. Right.
and who did the cover?
That's not Corbin. Bernie Wright.
Bernie Wright. Is that really? Is that right? Bernie writes.
Uh, uh, well, it
I
says
don't. It doesn't
Bernie
look like Bernie
Wrightson, Mike
Wrightson.
Paluta, Ralph Reese art, Jeff Jones cover, Jeff Jones.
Jeff Jones. Okay, that makes more sense.
Bernie
Okay.
Wrightson frontispiece, first appearance of Webster. That's obviously the creature or the character who introduces things. Art contest.
Hmm.
Well, this is worth seeking out. If I see this one,
Yeah, it's kind of a cool one, isn't it?
yeah, it is. I've never seen it before. I have never seen
I'm not super familiar with it either. I've heard of it, but don't know much about it, to tell you the truth. But
uh,
I thought it was a cool one.
$312 for a 9.2.
Yeah, really affordable. Magazines generally don't go for as much, so there's 41 on the census. Um,
Oh, it's up.
but this is a new record, yeah.
So look, one before sold 10 years ago, 11 years ago. So it's,
Hmm.
well, lots of these selling.
Yeah, what was the last sale for?
120. So it's up significantly. So it was a good buy in 2012. You
It's up 3 times from
yeah,
2012, so
yeah.
that's not too bad.
All right. If I'd be all right if all my investments had done that since 2012.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm,
that's not too bad.
no, Bernie Wright,
So
Mike Cluter. Yeah.
yeah, I mean these old horror magazines in high grade are quite scarce. Like what's the census count for this grade or higher, or is this the highest grade?
No, it's not. There's a 9.6. Somebody bought for $2,640 last year.
Wow. So actually, this is not a bad price if you think about it comparatively.
No, a 9.2 at 300. That sounds quite reasonable.
Hmm.
Um, yeah.
And it's not like a super high census count. So
Oh,
41, right?
yeah.
So
40.
yeah. So that I don't know. I think that's it's always good to be aware of these kind of things that are on the market that people just would even know about,
Yeah,
right?
this is the type of comic I can pick up. It'll be set in the bottom of a box. Yeah,
Hmm.
nobody knows what it is, or they've never heard of it. Um,
Yeah, but I think it's quite a cool one. It actually has some pretty big names
yeah,
associated with
right.
it.
Cluter. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
How many issues?
and
How many issues? Yeah, let's have a guess then, Alan. How many issues do you think Web of Horror had?
I'm gonna guess like 5 or 10.
No, you have to pick a number, but I'm going to go 6.
Okay, so I'm gonna guess 10. You'll probably be right. You seem to be better at guessing than I am.
3.
3. Wow. Just
Nice
wasn't a
covers. There's some nice covers.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, look at that one.
Yeah, really cool covers actually.
Yeah. I mean, I presume this was competing with Eerie and Creepy at the time.
Yeah, I think it was. It looks like in that sort of same kind of idea that,
Got
get around the comic code by making it a magazine.
Bruce Jones, Frank Brunner, Mike Kaluta, Bernie Wrightson. They were giving it a bash, weren't they? You got Bruce Jones writing.
Yeah,
Well, Mike,
some big names.
the big names attached to that. I've never seen any of those 3. I'm going to have to look out for this one.
And you're looking at number 2?
Yeah. I mean, it's the type of thing you'd expect to see Richard Corbin in, but since he was writing for Eerie and Creepy, he probably
Yeah.
couldn't get him.
Oh, he was doing the art and stuff for them, yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. That was an interesting one. Learning a bit about comics history I didn't know.
A little bit of comic history, yeah.
Never heard of Web of Horror. Right. And finally, the big book of the day.
I told you there was one big book.
There is a
I
big
promised
book.
a big book. Well,
It is. And
this is a sort of like a mixture of superhero plus that typical horror story.
well, I think this was originally written as a horror story.
Oh yes, definitely. Definitely. It was definitely one of those retcon situations.
So this is Stan Lee's story, Jack Kirby Ditko art, Jack Kirby cover, first appearance of the Ant-Man, Henry Pym not in costume. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
But this is one where I really do feel, since they did retcon it, is the first appearance of Ant-Man. He has his powers. He is shrinking. He's kind of doing his things.
Yeah,
He
but
actually does make friends with the ants too in the comic.
yeah, but he doesn't
So
have any superpower. You know, he's
he does have superpowers in the respect that he can shrink down,
right.
and he also makes friends with one of the ants that actually helps him.
Yeah,
And those are the kind of big things that you get associated with the Ant-Man.
yeah.
So
Anyway, great comic. Tales to Astonish 27. Reasonable.
it's
A 3-0 for 228. 228. Oh, that sounds right. That sounds okay to me. I
this
don't.
one kind of, I think, is one that we'll see have a spike and then crash.
You think so? Let's have a look.
Yeah, it really got hot during the comic boom.
I don't.
It's not a bad crash though.
It's not a bad crash at all. I mean, it's still way up from the pre-COVID.
Yeah. So what was the peak on this book?
Well, the top one, 3420.
Yeah. So it's down like 10%,
But
10,
yeah, I
15%.
mean, yeah, but yeah, but in the beginning of it, it was 1700. So it's done pretty well to hold at this price.
Yeah.
Unless we think it's
I
coming
mean,
down.
this book has a lot going for it though. It was actually a little bit underrated, I think. Ant-Man was not really a well-known character before all the but he appeared in so many movies. Like he's in the Avenger movies. He had three of his own movies. Was it three? Yeah, three of his own movies. And so he's a fairly established character now.
Yeah,
So it's I consider him sort of like a B tier of like Iron Man. Iron Man was another character that was kind of underrated for the longest time, and then once he started, once people got to know the character, they kind of loved him,
yeah,
and that book went crazy. Well, this is kind of in the same kind of feel to it. Not quite as much as Iron Man, but sort of similar.
yeah. No, good book. Good book.
Mm-hmm. And it's rare too. Look, if you look at the census, it's not an easy book to find.
No, I mean, one, two, three.
So we're looking at 1,200,
Yeah,
but typically like these first appearance books for Marvel
yeah.
are like 3,000.
Yeah, of
It's
course,
just
of course. Yeah,
yeah.
but this wasn't advertised as first appearance
No,
of Ant-Man.
that's my point. My point. That's why it's a little bit more hard to find. So I think
When
that
this
kind
came
of
out,
gives.
no, but they weren't even thinking of a character called Ant-Man. This
I
was
know.
the man in the anthill.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, that's what gives it a little bit more rarity and makes it a little harder for collectors to find. It's a good book, I think. I've always thought this one was a little bit underrated.
Yeah, and this is early. So this is 1961. When did Fantastic Four come out? 61. Was it July
So
61? So this is
62. It was 62 that Fantastic Four, I believe.
right. So this is pre-Fantastic Four. So you could claim he's earlier than the Fantastic Four.
Hmm. Yeah, very cool. Marvel's first superhero
Well,
of the Silver Age.
I think Captain America would probably get a bit upset. So would
Well, of the Silver Age. See, I had to put that little extra.
okay.
That's an ant man. But all these little caveats to it. Okay.
Yeah. The Ant-Man in the Hill. Yes. Right.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's it.
That's our Halloween edition over and done with. No vampires, no werewolves, a few monsters, a few monsters.
Yeah, I mean, werewolves and vampires weren't really big in the Silver Age. It just didn't happen.
No scantily clad women.
I know. I was really trying to.
This may be the first ever show we've had where Allan has not shown a scantily clad young lady. Okay. Make the most of it. That's your lot. See you again next week.